it's MK, and I am back with another Scraptember prompt for you guys today. And the prompt today is Nuvo drops or enamel dots, or I think there was one more, and I forgot. I apologize. So I pulled out several Nuvo drops to use today in a different style other than just dot dot, right? So I have some dream drops, and I'll go through them as I use them. But right now I'm showing you guys what little supplies I plan on using today. And these are just leftover pictures and papers from my kit conspiracy kit way back in April. And what I ended up doing is I had all these extra photos that honestly I didn't want to leave out of my layout or out of my album. So I decided to add a teeny tiny little 6x6 album with very little embellishments. And this large gear embellishment it's actually from these some assemblage required shop, and I have to say that it was supposed to go on a layout that had these pictures on it originally, and it didn't make it because I wanted to keep it nice and crisp and clean. And so I thought, you know what, I'll just make a 6x6 little page and be done with that. So I'm going to use all of these little leftovers, and then of course I do end up pulling in 3 more gears, just so that way I have something for the other side, because I didn't realize at the time that I only had one embellishment. So the first photo is just of the cement workers finishing off the second portion of our patio. And then, of course, the other pictures were what my patio looked like without the sealer and what it looked like with the sealer. And how it's important for us to keep putting a sealant on it so that it doesn't chip and whatnot. I happen to like the rustic look. I happen to like the fact that it looks like it's been here forever, and so we do spray the sealant on every now and then. So anyways, they're just photos I did not want to leave out of my album for some silly reason. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and paint all of my images using my Nuvo drops instead of, like I said, the dot dot method of Nuvo drops. So the first one that I am using here is called a Dream Drop, and it is in Gold Luxe, and it's got this iridescent-y like green effect going on. And with this Tinker image, I wanted it to almost look like it was, what's it called? Ironized? Anyways, I wanted it to have that effect with this green in it, but I didn't want it to be so green that it was patinaed, right? And then the next one that I'm going to be using, this is brand new. It just came out a couple weeks ago. I want to say weeks ago, from Tonic Studios, and it is a vintage drop, and it's called Gilded Gold. And the vintage drops, you guys, are my favorite. They are absolutely my favorite. I don't know how they do it, but when you color like this with the drop and you push the color next to it, all of a sudden it leaves like a black line that it's very subtle. It almost looks like it's crackled, and but it's not cracked, if that makes sense. It's just the way that the effect that it looks, and I absolutely love it. So it's one of my favorite. All those drops are. And then the third one that I'm using is just a crystal drop, and it is called Copper Penny. I love this color very much. It's I have to say it's my third bottle. And then for the last one that I am using, again, this is very, very new as well, and this is a glitter drop. And the glitter drops are different than, I don't want to say they're different than stickles, but they're different in a way that the glue is clear. So all you're going to get is the glitter, like it's floating on your project. And this one happens to have black and gold glitter in it. But when I first used it, it almost looked blue instead of black because of the glue. And so when it dried, I was very impressed with how everything looked and the effect that I got. So I was very happy with it. But at first I was kind of like, well, it's a good thing I'm using blue in my layout, right? But I do really, really like it. And they also have a more of a stickles glitter, I guess, drop. And it's called Glitter Accents, which has a very much more larger, which that's not proper English, I know, but it's got a larger spout on it, so that way when you go to make your dots or whatever, it's quite easy to squeeze and stuff. But the glue is the same color as the glitter, and so they're just two different styles depending on what you're looking for. I like the look of the floating glitter. It also reminds me of the Stickles glitter gel that I've been using a lot lately as well. Okay, so I finished off the other side with, by babbling through it, and all I did was snuck the tinker in it to where it looked like it was in and out of the photos. And now I'm just doing this other side. I ripped, I had a piece that was already ripped, went ahead and used it, and then I ripped another piece to make it look like it went all the way across. But I think I like doing that because of the fact that I was able to tuck one of my wood pieces underneath and not have that whole piece of paper buckled. And I was able to put this other gear right next to, on top of the ripped portion. And then I was able to link the gears in to where it's like if one turns, the other one's going to turn as well. And then, of course, I'm just going to put my copper one up on top. And I debated about a tiny word sticker up there as well. But I'm not really sure just yet. I'm going to leave it as it is. But here's a close-up of all of that. That vintage drop is just my favorite, you guys. I know that saying that it looks crackled or it leaves a black spot, as you can see, it's not very black, but it's there. It's hard to describe, in all honesty. I hope I got a good enough close-up for you guys to take a look at it. But that is my layout for the prompt today. I am just going through and finishing up all the tiny little layouts that I usually leave for last to complete an album. And I'm almost done with my 2020 album. And I just have a few more of these little tiny photos or layouts to do. And then it'll be completed. And I've already dabbled a little bit in my 2021 album. I do like to stay ahead of the game as far as, like this is 2022. And so I like to be in 2020 or 2021's album by now. But I also, to not freak anybody out, I also don't scrapbook everything, in all honesty. And that is a conversation for another day, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't scrapbook everything. Like every photo that I take is scrapbooked. I just don't do that. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I apologize about the monotone of the voiceover. I feel like I'm still sleeping. Anyways, thank you so much, and I hope that you have a great day. Please be sure to check out everyone else that is adding their videos into the Scraptember playlist, as well as the Facebook group. That link is down below, and see who all is playing along when they can. It's no rush. It's no race, you guys. If you can't get to the prompt today, it's still there tomorrow, right? So anyways, thank you so much, and I will check y'all later. Bye.